Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're tackling a huge question, one that maybe you've been asking yourself for a while. What on earth am I here for? What's my purpose? It can feel like this massive, overwhelming mystery, right? Like you're wandering through a fog, hoping to bump into a signpost. But what if I told you the map has been available for thousands of years? We're going to dive into some ancient wisdom and look at a few incredible stories to find some clues. Let's start with a guy named Moses. You've probably heard of him. Now, Moses started out as a prince of Egypt, living the high life, but something wasn't right. He felt this deep unease, this pull towards his true people, the Israelites, who were slaves. One day, he sees an Egyptian mistreating an Israelite, and he snaps. He intervenes, things get messy, and he ends up running for his life, trading his palace for the desert. For 40 years, he's a shepherd. Talk about a career change, from prince to fugitive shepherd. He probably thought his life was over, that he'd missed his chance. But then comes the moment, he's out with his sheep, minding his own business, and he sees a bush on fire, but it's not burning up. He gets closer, and he hears a voice. It's God, and God tells him, "Moses, I've seen the suffering of my people. I'm sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out of Egypt." Moses is floored. He's like, "Who? Me? I'm a wanted man. I'm not a good speaker. I stutter." He comes up with every excuse in the book. But God doesn't need a perfect person, he just needs a willing person. Moses' purpose wasn't found in the palace or in his own abilities. It was revealed in the middle of his ordinary, messy life when he was finally ready to listen. It was about serving others, not himself. Now let's jump forward a few hundred years to a young shepherd boy named David. David was the youngest of 8 brothers, the one who got left behind to watch the sheep while his older, stronger brothers went off to be soldiers. He was basically invisible when the prophet Samuel came to anoint the next king of Israel. David wasn't even invited to the lineup. His own dad forgot about him. But God hadn't forgotten. After Samuel looked at all the impressive older brothers, God said, "Nope, not him. Not him either." He told Samuel that people look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart. So they call for David, this kid smelling like sheep, and Samuel anoints him as the future king. Did he get a crown and a throne right away? Not a chance. He went right back to the sheep. Then he became a musician for the current king, then a giant slayer, then a fugitive running for his life. Sound familiar? It was a long, winding, and often dangerous road. David's purpose wasn't a one-time event, it was a journey. His time as a shepherd taught him to be brave and protective. His time as a musician soothed the troubled king. Every single step, even the ones that seemed like a step back, was preparing him for the throne. Your purpose often isn't a destination. It's the person you become along the way. So, what can we learn from Moses and David? First, your purpose is rarely about you. Moses was called to free a nation. David was called to lead a kingdom. Their purpose was centered on serving others. If you're looking for your purpose, start by looking for ways to help the people around you. Second, don't despise your current circumstances. Moses was a shepherd in the desert, and David was a forgotten kid with a harp. It was in those unimportant places that their character was forged, and their calling was revealed. What skills are you learning right now, even in a job you don't love? How is your character being shaped? Third, and this is the big one, you have to listen. Moses had to turn aside to look at the burning bush. David had a heart that was open to God. We live in such a noisy world. It's so easy to drown out that quiet, guiding voice with distractions. Your purpose isn't going to scream at you, it whispers. You have to intentionally create space to hear it through prayer, reflection, or just being still. So instead of asking, "What's my purpose?" maybe try asking, "Who can I serve today? And what is this season of my life trying to teach me?" You might be surprised to find that your burning bush is right around the corner. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss our next video. Let me know in the comments which story inspired you the most. See you next time.